الحمد لله يستعين واستغفر ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. الحمد لله علي الذات عظيم الصفات سميع السمات. الحمد لله الذي أنزل على عبده الكتاب ولم يجعل له عوجا. الحمد لله. أما بعد, my dear respected brothers in Islam and my sisters in Islam, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It's a great blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala again, and I remind you every single week, this is my duty as a Muslim brother to you, and I love you, each one of you guys, for the sake of Allah, that today is the day that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He created Adam alayhi salam, and this is the same day that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He sent Adam alayhi salam down onto the earth. And this is the same day Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will resurrect us on a day, and we will stand in front of Him, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is a reminder for us, and we should remember every single time, every single day, every single moment, from waking up to going back to sleep, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Rahman and He's Rahim. At the same time, I'm here for a specific reason, and a time will come where I will have to face my Rabb, right? From waking up every single day, the first breath you take, you say Alhamdulillah, right? Or you say the dua. So you wake up, what are you doing? You're praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You wake up, you walk towards the bathroom, you go to the bathroom. Whatever you do throughout your day, you go to your job, whatever single thing that you do, you have what? You do it in the way Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam did it, and what happens is it becomes ibadah. So you are in 24 hours of ibadah, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He rewards you for every single little things that you do. Right? So again, we should understand that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Rahman, He's Rahim, and we should understand and have 100% yaqeen on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that whatever happens to us or another person that I see in my life, whether it's my mother, my brother, my sister, that everything happens for a specific reason, right? Allah doesn't do something for no reason. Everything happens for a reason. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He wants us to have full iman and full yaqeen in Him, right? To have full yaqeen. So this is one of the topics, inshallah, we have it going around today, and we will take a couple of lessons from one of the greatest anbiya of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now I asked the crowds, who is that one Nabi? Who is this one prophet that is mentioned in the Quran? Majority of the time. In fact, to such an extent that even the ulama, the scholars, the greatest, right? They say that the Quran almost became the biography of Musa alayhi salam. Right? Musa alayhi salam, from his birth, right? How he lived, how he treated his companions, how he treated his wife, how he treated his nation. What happened is every single thing, so many details are mentioned in there, right? So now we ask ourselves, why Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam, who is the Prophet of Allah, who is the Nabi of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who is the person who will be resurrected first and foremost, right? This Prophet, the Nabi of Allah, the Rasul of Allah, he is the one who is going to be opening the doors of Jannah, but his life, his biography, his actions, or so many details are not mentioned as Musa alayhi salam in the Quran, right? We may ask ourselves that question, why? Right? He's not our message that was sent to us, he was sent to Bani Israel. So why the Quran is sent to us? He was sent to us, he was our messenger. So the ulama, they give a couple of reasons as why Musa alayhi salam has been mentioned more frequently, very, very. The first reasons they mention is that the biggest reason especially is that who he stood up to. Who did he have to face? He faced Fir'aun, right? Fir'aun was a tyrant, right? He was a killer. He used to abuse, neglect, disrespect, right? To such an extent that he used to slaughter millions and millions of children without even having a second thought about it, right? So he was a big tyrant. So why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is mentioning Musa alayhi salam's story with Fir'aun to such an extent that what did Fir'aun say? فَقَالَ رَبُّكُمْ أَنَا رَبُّكُمُ الْأَعْلَى, I am the Rabb of all Alameen, right? To such an extent that he took that step. Nobody ever took that step. Yes, they disrespected Allah. Yes, they did so many different things. They disobeyed Allah. But Fir'aun went to such an extent that he called himself the Rabb of Alameen. That's the first reason. And this ummah itself will face many, many tyrants to come. And it's happening today. Right? We see continuous different times, different nations like us, different times. We're facing many different tyrants. In fact, today, look around the world today, we're facing many different tyrants today again. So this is again a lesson from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to teach the ummah of Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam stories from Musa alayhi salam. The second most reason why Musa alayhi salam was mentioned is because the things that he did in his life, there's so many stories in his life, there's so many that the ummah of Musa alayhi salam, they made so many mistakes that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that Rasul is going to, he told us specifically, he mentioned, he says, you will make every single, and you will follow every single mistake that the nation of Musa alayhi salam did. And look, it's happening today. So again, another reason for us to reflect on the mistakes that they did, and we should learn from those mistakes. So that's one of the biggest reasons. And third, we mentioned he is the greatest anbiya, one of the greatest anbiya of Musa alayhi salam, right? Ibrahim alayhi salam, Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, one of the greatest anbiya. So that's one of the biggest reasons Musa alayhi salam specifically mentioned. Now I want to get to a couple stories and talk to, and understand the yaqeen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We should have what kind of yaqeen? Musa alayhi salam, he's being born, he's pregnant in the womb of his mother, right? He's in the womb of his mother, and Fir'aun is sleeping one night, and what happens is that he has a dream. When he has a dream, in his dream, what happened is a fire is coming and destroying his whole nation. And his whole nation is being destroyed and taking over. He wakes up right away, and he's very scared, and he doesn't know what's going on. The next day, he goes to his advisors, and he tells his advisors, I had this dream. What's going on? What's the meaning? Tell me what's going on. What's the meaning for this? The advisors, they tell him that, listen, a male child will come out from the tribe of Israel alayhi salam, and he will take over your whole kingdom. Fir'aun is like, simple. I can take care of this problem. The next day he makes an announcement in his whole town, and he says what? Every single male child that is born from now, kill him, slaughter him. The next day the announcement was made to every single town going around. Every single boy, child, male child that was born, they would snatch it away from the mother and slaughter him right in front of the parents, right away. And this was a devastating incident that was going around. So many children were being killed, right? Now, Musa alayhi salam's mother, again, she's pregnant, and in her heart, this is a mother, right? We mentioned last time that the greatest connection in this whole dunya, right? After the love of Rasul, how much love he has, the greatest connection is between a mother and a child. Now imagine a mother is being separated from her child. Forget about separation, being slaughtered in front of her face. Her child's being killed in front of her. To such an extent that the blood was rushing all over, all the children's blood were rushing all over the town, all over the village, right? So Musa alayhi salam's mother is very, very scared now. She doesn't know what to do. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what does he tell her? He says to have patience, to have sabr, to have yaqeen, right? And not only that, the moment you fear that your child, you fear for his life, that he may be dead, like you fear for his life, at that moment take your child and put him in a basket and put him in the river. Put him in the river. Just drop him. Now imagine a mother dropping her baby. Forget about, a mother doesn't even want to separate from her child even walking in the street. Now imagine not even just a pond, throwing him in the river, to such a river, this Nile river, they say, right, the current, they have a scientific, they were doing a study how fast the current is going. They say that even the fastest swimming Olympic swimmer, he has trouble even swimming in that. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala instructed the mother to put her child inside that water. Right? So now imagine what's going on. Right? And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He told her, don't have any fear. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He made promises to her. Especially two promises. Number one, the first promise is that I will bring him back to you in a safe condition. And the second promise is that I will bring him to you as a messenger. Right? So first promise is he's going to be brought back to you safe and sound. And the second promise is that he will be a messenger. That this is the promise that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave to the mother. Right? And the mother, what happened is this. The situation got intense. And the mother decides, okay, this is time. And she lets her baby go. She lets her baby go into the Nile River and puts him in the basket to let him go. Now the question is, who is she trying to protect her child from? She's trying to protect her child from who? Fir'aun. Right? When she puts her child inside the basket, what does Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala do? Take the same basket, going from all different towns and all different houses, lands him in front of the house and the doorsteps of Fir'aun. Look at this. Right? Sometimes this is yaqeen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. To such an extent, the mother that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, that the mother herself, she was about to disclose the matter. She was about to disclose that this is my child, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He strengthened her faith. Right? Again, putting trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Today we are faced with so many similar situations in our life. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commands us to do something, right? Commands our parents or us to do something, right? What happens is we're too scared. Oh, I can't. It's a risk, right? But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has says to have yaqeen. When you have firm yaqeen in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to such an extent that Ibrahim alayhi salam, when he's instructed to go slaughter his own son, Ibrahim alayhi salam is ready to do it, right? Now, when Musa alayhi salam, he reached the doorsteps of Fir'aun, the soldiers, they grabbed Fir'aun, Musa alayhi salam. Musa alayhi salam reaches the doorstep of Fir'aun, and the soldiers grab Musa alayhi salam, they pick him up, and what did they do? They're about to take him to Fir'aun. Right away, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what? See, again, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, وَمَا يَعْلَمُ بِجُنُودِ اللَّهِ. You don't know the soldiers of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? You don't know, maybe the sea will be the soldier of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You don't know whether the water, every single thing. How was Fir'aun killed? The same water that gives you life, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala took his life away. Right? So that can be the soldier of Allah. That same water that took Musa alayhi salam and landed him right in front of the house of Fir'aun, that's also the soldier of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sends a soldier who? The wife of Fir'aun. And he sees the child and takes him. And the biography says that Fir'aun's wife didn't even have children, right? So she takes the child, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala puts some type of love inside the heart of Asiya, right? And she took him and she says, I will take him. And Fir'aun came, and it says that he even had a doubt that this might be the child of Israel, right? A child from Israel, the tribe of Israel. But because his wife told him, no, I'm taking him. There's no way. You're not giving him back. I'm taking him. Right? Again, the soldiers of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Having yaqeen in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commands us to do, when we do it, there's some benefit. We don't see it. Right? We think, oh, this is happening, right? But we don't see it. Now what happens after that? Musa alayhi salam's a little baby. Now he has to eat. He's not that at the stage where he's biting his food. He's still drinking milk. Asiya, she makes an announcement, right? The wife of Fir'aun tells every single nurse inside the town, anyone who is able to breastfeed this child, I will pay that.